Hello, everyone, once again. TribuneNOW's Spotlight comes your way from the Daily Tribune studios here in Makati. Today, we have a very special guest. He's a young man, he's very talented. He is an actor, a singer, and a student in the University of Glasgow. Where's Glasgow?
It's in Scotland.
It's in Scotland.
Yeah.
May I present to you James Ketcher.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me on Spotlight. It's truly my pleasure.
James, tell us about The King and I.
So I did The King and I when I was about 10 years old. It was supposed to be a 3-month show, but it extended for an additional 6 months. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was the longest running show at the Resorts World Manila.
What was your role?
I did Louis Leonowens, which was the son of Anna, who was portrayed by Menchu Lauchenko, Monique Wilson, and Shilda Valderrama.
Did you audition for this part?
I did.
What did you have to do?
So I think the initial audition was a song of my choice, but then for the callbacks I had to do a song of their choice, which was
What
from The
was
King
it?
and I.
Ah.
I think it was I Whistle a Happy Tune was the callback song.
That was your first big production.
Yes, yeah.
Before that, it was always school-based.
Always school-based. I did small things like Oliver Twist at school. Can't remember the other shows, but yeah, just small things at school.
So this was the big thing, and were you nervous? I mean, from audition, was it easy for you to audition?
It was baptism by fire. I was put in a room with a bunch of talented people who had past experience in
Yes.
theater. But it was daunting, but it ended up being very fruitful. I managed to persevere despite my lack of experience.
I wonder if they told you what your advantage was.
Well,
You sang better, I guess.
I mean, maybe. No. It was also because they were looking for a Caucasian role, and I was really into singing. It was my passion. And it just so happened I fit all the characteristics of what they wanted for the show. So I ended up getting the part, and I think I was number 285 when I auditioned. I'm not sure whether that was for my role specifically, but for the kids' roles. And I was hoping to get the small role as one of the Siamese children,
Oh.
but I ended up getting one of the lead roles, which is quite
Oh.
shocking.
So, how were the rehearsals?
It was intensive.
Did you have a coach?
No specific coach for me. It was more, they put you in the room and said, do your lines, act for us. There was no, build-up coaching or preliminaries, nothing. They just threw me in the deep end, basically.
Was it easy for you to memorize? I guess these were long lines.
They were long lines. And that was also the opening scene,
Oh,
which is
wow.
quite daunting, You're basically, they want to see what you can put on the table. So yeah, but it was an amazing experience. Memorizing was difficult, but it was a small price to pay for the amount of experience I got.
So, how was the first night, the gala night?
That was probably the scariest night out of all of them. It was daunting. I was shaking throughout the whole thing. But I managed. I didn't slip in, my script. I didn't make any mistakes with the lines. So, yeah, it was fantastic. The support I got from my family and friends was tremendous.
I wonder what an actor does before he appears on stage. Do you have some ritual? Do you pray? What do you do?
Usually you get around in a circle and just hold hands. Pray a short prayer. Mention how blessed you are that you are where you are. And yeah, obviously there's the vocalizations and the preliminary stuff you have to do. But, yeah.
James is a product of British-Filipino marriage. The father's name is
J. Ketcher.
and the mother is Mariza Buhay Ketcher.
Right.
She's from Saint Scholastica, right?
Yes.
But was she ever an actress?
No, but she
Is there-
sings with me. She's
okay.
always been inclined towards the arts.
What did they say about your auditioning for this big role? Were they supportive, or did they tell you? Were they scared for you, or what?
Well, the support came initially, and it always persevered. They've always been so supportive. But obviously, there was that element of whether or not he will cope and things like that. But they've always believed in me, so
There was no problem.
yeah, there was no problem in that case. Yeah,
So it lasted for how many months?
I think it was 2 years. I think. Yeah, so it was
Oh.
very long production, and that's not taking into account the rehearsals and everything that took place behind the scenes.
So what did they tell you about the way you sang?
I've always been told that my voice was the forefront of my
Wow.
no,
Yeah.
I mean I had no theater acting
Yeah.
background,
Ah,
so
it was your singing.
it was the singing that the auditions were predominantly singing. Yeah, it was the acting came later when they had to actually cast and you know play around with your abilities with the script. So yeah, the singing was always the
Can you sing for us?
yeah, I can always do a song.
Let's have one song from James.
Yeah, I can sing La Vie en Rose for you, which is a French song. Yeah.
Okay, let's have James. Let's listen to James. And let's see.
Des yeux qui font baisser le mien, un rire qui se perd sous sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de la femme à laquelle j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas. Je vois la vie en rose. Elle me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Elle est entrée dans mon cœur, une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en la 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 vie en rose. Thank you.
That was excellent.
Thank you.
Did you ever have a voice coach?
I did, yes, but not prior to The King and I. It was
Oh.
afterwards I thought I would pursue my
Oh.
singing capability. I had a teacher named Perpy Heath, who was the music teacher at the British School Manila.
Oh, I see. And was it fun?
It was, yeah, because at that point you're just playing with your ability to sing.
How long was that?
I probably I'm not sure how many months, but a bit like a year. I'd say a year.
And it was like every day, or
Every week, once a
once
week,
a
twice a
week,
week.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then that's when I also got into ABRSM, which is the Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music.
what is this? Tell me about this.
It's an examination board that basically allows you, provided you do well in your exams, go to universities that specialize in music.
And that's what you did.
And that's what I did. That's one of the predominant reasons why I ended up in Glasgow.
Yeah. Before we talk about Glasgow, let's talk about your preferences when it comes to music.
Okay.
What's the title of the song? La Vie?
La Vie en Rose.
La Vie. How do you pronounce it?
La Vie en Rose.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, how come? I wonder why someone so young as you should like this song.
romantic classical ballads have always, come natural to me, in the respect that I enjoy singing them.
How did
Um,
that happen? Is it something that you heard from who?
yeah, I've always been a fan of Frank Sinatra, Edith Piaf,
Oh
people like that.
wow.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
always been my thing. And also, I had a wonderful teacher in high school, Miss Kroll, and she was my French teacher,
Where was this? In
at the European International School.
okay.
Yeah,
Before the European International School, you went to the Mahatma.
correct. Mahatma Gandhi International School.
What did you learn there when it
Oh,
comes to music,
the music. Oh,
to
well,
performance, performing arts?
the school's always been inclined towards the arts more than anything. So I had
Oh,
lots of music classes. Music was always a integral part of the curriculum. So it was there I also built my, we had plays, the school facilitated all of that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's where I honed my, my understanding of music, I'd say.
But at the European school, you learned a lot more, I
I,
guess.
well, yes, mainly because my teachers also pushed me to do ABRSM. They, encouraged me, but
See,
I did not take music in the European International School.
who was she?
Um, my music teacher in grade 10, Miss Sunshine, her name was.
Sunshine is
Sunshine.
a Filipina.
Filipina, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Sunshine. So, aside from Frank Sinatra and Edith
Edith
Piaf,
Piaf, yeah.
who else are your idols in music?
Definitely, I think my main one has to be Josh Groban.
Ah,
I've
okay,
always
yeah,
loved
yeah,
his
yeah,
music,
yeah.
you know.
But I think you sing better than
No,
him.
no. I
He
would.
has the makings of.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But I imagine that you'd probably pursue a career in the mass media, entertainment, that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're in college now.
Yes, that's right.
But before we talk about college, someone was saying you should sing another song for
Another
us.
song. Oh.
Not soon, but I
Yeah.
think they want to hear you
Of
sing
course, yeah, I'll
again.
do a song. It's my pleasure.
Okay. That was so good.
Thank you.
Do you sing every day?
Every day. Yeah, whenever I find it in the shower, when I'm with my
Okay.
friends, karaoke, things like that.
You're all in the shower?
In the shower. Yeah, when I sing in the shower.
I thought you were with everyone in the
No,
shower.
no. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. If you want, you can do a dance number. You like?
Oh yeah, why not? Let's do it.
No, I'm
Would you like me to
Yeah, no,
dance
go ahead.
instead? No, thank you. The director said no.
No. Okay, we'll skip that.
I wonder if my boyfriend can sing like you.
You'll have to ask him. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, I love you.
That was so good.
Thank you.
I could marry someone else tonight.
I'm glad that has that effect on you.
Yeah, yeah. So you, whoever you are, if you can sing that way, you can propose tomorrow. Naku, magagalit yun. Okay, let's talk about Glasgow. What
Okay.
made you choose the University of Glasgow for college? But first, what did you have to do to be to qualify?
qualify.
Yeah, yeah.
So there were two elements of my qualification. It was the ABRSM examinations,
What is that?
the Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music.
Yeah.
So I finished grade 7 in voice, which is quite high. It finishes
Oh.
grade 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I also had to do music theory as a prerequisite. Yeah, which is quite intense, provided I don't play an instrument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next part was my IB results, the International Baccalaureate.
Yeah,
So it's an international examination board, where I ended up scoring quite well.
What was it?
I got 39, which
Okay.
I was extremely blessed to find out that put me in the top 13% around the
Oh
world
wow.
for the
Wow,
examinations,
wow.
which is
Yes, just like me.
yeah, it came as a shock, but I was extremely happy with that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Your dad and mom must have been very happy.
they were.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then they thought of the expenses involved and all of a sudden.
Yeah, slightly less happy. Yeah,
No, they were. I'm sure they were very
They were.
happy.
very.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it like?
Um, the examinations were quite difficult. It's very rigorous in that respect.
Oh.
But then I ended up looking across different boards of universities, and I found that the University of Glasgow ranked quite high in music.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's when I started to, apply, and I found that, I got accepted by the University of Glasgow, and that was my main choice.
Why Glasgow?
It's the music scene is fantastic,
Oh, really?
ranging from the societies and clubs that specialize in music to the program and what it offers. So that's one of the reasons why I picked Glasgow.
So it's really known for music.
Yes, and it also offered the course I wanted because I wanted to specialize in linguistics as well.
Oh, yes.
So I ended up majoring in a double degree program, double honors for linguistics and music.
Wait, I think our director is ignorant. Just kidding. But where is Glasgow?
It's Scotland, so that's in the
it's
UK.
in Scotland.
Yes.
So do you wear the skirt?
No, I don't wear the kilt. No, not yet. I'm just layering as of now, so multiple clothes to keep me warm.
It's,
Yeah.
it's quite
Very cold. Yeah, probably the
Yeah,
coldest in the
yeah,
UK, I think.
When does the school year start?
It starts in late September to August. Sorry, October, depending on the course. And then it finishes around May.
How was it like in your first year?
It was difficult, being away from family, adjusting to the climate and, a different set of friends. I've grown up in the Philippines, and the Philippines has always been my home. So adjusting was quite difficult. But, in the end, you make friends, and I'll always think, regard the Philippines as my home. But, at some point, you start to expand your horizons. And, I'm loving Glasgow. It's the best thing that could have happened to me in terms of, secondary education.
Where did you live? In a dormitory?
First year was a dormitory, yes.
You were with someone in the room, or were you alone?
We all had our separate rooms, but we shared the kitchen. Yeah.
Did you cook?
I did, yeah. I had to learn how to cook. Yeah.
So what can you cook now?
I'm not Gordon Ramsay, so I wouldn't say anything, overly
okay.
technical,
His dad cooks very well.
My dad's like a chef.
Yeah.
But yeah, the occasional chicken and rice and, gravy,
yeah.
vegetables. The British roast, essentially.
Okay. The family eats well, Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoyed your meal? Yeah.
Of course I
course.
did. Yeah. So, were you also involved in extracurricular activities?
Yes, yeah. I was, I'd always hop around between societies, mixed and mingled with the theater kids
Oh, you did.
at the school. Yeah.
But you
and-
didn't act.
No. It was more just to see what the scene was all about.
Okay,
And
okay.
the whole first year is the adjustment period, so
Yes,
I didn't have time to delve into my extracurricular activities as much as I'd like to.
You haven't been to a Philippine university, but would you know more or less how it's different from how that one in Glasgow is different from the way they teach here in the Philippines?
I'd say that the classes are a bit, from what I've been told, the classes are a bit more dispersed abroad. You have 2 lectures in a day, and then the rest is expected that you're studying in your free time.
Okay.
Whereas here it's more intensive, in the sense that you have assignments and things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit more. They put a lot more emphasis on independence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It must be very expensive, no?
abroad.
Yeah.
Well, I managed because I get a few awards from the university.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well, so it came as a shock to me because of my IB scores and my ABRSM
Okay.
diploma. They gave me bursaries, which is like a financial merit
Oh,
for
good.
as a way of saying thank you for
Oh, wow.
yeah. So considering our university and considering
Yeah.
your results, we'd like to
Yeah.
award you. Yeah, so
Oh,
so it does help me with my living expenses. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
you didn't have to work.
I do part-time jobs to
Like
do.
what?
I do proofreading for foreign students when I'm in my free time.
Why? Who are these students? Why
Oh.
should they need your services?
Well, lots of these, like example, Chinese, Korean students abroad, they have their dissertations to submit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so quite lengthy pieces of work. And I take my free time, just to correct a few bits of English, enhance the academic.
The freshman
Yeah.
was correcting the work of graduating seniors.
Yeah, you can look at it that way. Yeah.
Wow. He's really like me, huh? No, really like the parents, I must say. The mother is here and the auntie also.
Yes. Yeah.
So, where do you see yourself after graduate? Wait, you're majoring in what?
I'm majoring in linguistics and music.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's English language and linguistics. And then in the first year, I majored in French. Hence why I've been very inclined towards singing.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
as of now, I've shifted to political sciences for my optional course.
Why political science?
The Philippines has always been my home, as I've said, and I really hope that someday I can come back and, do something good for this country. That's the dream.
Okay. Not just singing.
No, in terms of political output.
Okay. Where do you see yourself?
I wouldn't say president or anything. I don't I don't know how far that goes, but as long as I'm put in a position that I can help people.
But James, are you a British subject?
In what?
I mean, your father is British.
Yes, he is.
So, are you a Filipino citizen?
Yes, also I'm
Really?
dual citizenship.
Dual citizen. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means a big threat to Yorme Isko, or no, he doesn't live in Manila.
No, I don't.
Besides, that's not his direction.
Yes. Yeah.
He'll probably be in the media.
Maybe, yeah.
Like the
Potentially media.
and with all the theaters all around. Do you see yourself pursuing theater?
I do, yeah. I've always been inclined towards the arts, specifically music. So hopefully, maybe the dream will be Broadway someday. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With that voice. No?
Thank you.
I coach him once a year.
We have every weekly lessons together.
Not I, no.
No.
Okay, so it was really quite. It was great to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and when you come back, which will be soon.
Yeah.
You'll be a star.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah,
You never know.
yeah,
You never know.
But already he's a star in his own way,
Oh,
given
thank you.
what he does with his schoolwork and what he did in where was this? Resorts World.
Resorts World, correct.
It was a big hit then.
Thank you.
Now, before we end this, well, first, we'd like to greet you a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
What's your birthday wish?
Good health and a happy family because we are very happy.
What about world peace?
Oh, of course, yes. You put me on the spot now. Yes, world peace and love and prosperity for everyone.
Okay. Should I ask you something political? No, not
No,
anymore. Yeah,
don't know if I have the specifics yet. But
Yeah, but there's one thing we'd like to ask you.
Yes.
Everyone would like to hear you sing another
song. Okay.
And with that, we end Spotlight today. Thank you so much. But first, let's have a good song from James.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, James.
Of course,
for being
thank you
here.
so much for having me. This is The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Is that for me? Of course not.
someday when I'm awfully low, when when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you, just the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you, just the way you look tonight. It's another dance segment if you want to take up on my offer and dance.
No, thank
No.
you. Someone's going to get mad.
No.
But I can dance alone.
In the shower.
Yeah. It's quite a sexy song.
It is. It's very jazzy, which has been my thing as well.
You should have a concert soon.
Hopefully. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you, just the way you look tonight. Tonight. Thank you.